The day, YouTubers, it's finally here. The Metal Gear Solid 5 limited edition is here on my doorstep. I am beyond excited. I have taken off from work for a couple days just to lose myself in this game. But first I thought I would, before I do that, before you never see me again for a while, I wanted to do an unboxing to kind of show what is in this freaking rectangle box that we got here in the US. That's the US limited edition for Metal Gear Solid 5. So let me open this up, check it out, and we'll talk more about it here in 2 seconds. All right, I'm back. I got this thing open. I'm just gonna do a quick little run through of this. So you get this big rectangle box. You take off this top part, which I've already done just to speed it up. There's like stuck on by those like booger looking things. I don't know what you call them, but that's kind of like wrapped around the back. It kind of explains what's in the box. What's in the box? All you 7 fans. What's in there? So took that off already. Speed things up. I opened her up here. So you open it up. It's really cool. I love when presentations of boxes are, you know, they put some time into them, and that's absolutely what they did here. So we have this box, and it opens up like this, and inside right here was where this arm is held, and we'll get to that more in a second. And this goes over here, and right here was the main game, and this little thing I've already taken out. And right over here was the steelbook case kind of placed in there. And here's both of those right now, and there's the main game. I love, the only other game I know in recent memory that has done this has been, I'm not sure if Arkham Knight did it or not, but I'm pretty positive, or I know that Tales of Symphonia Collector's Edition, they gave you the regular, you know, game disc, the standard edition, and they also gave you a separate hard or steelbook case. I think that's really cool. But what was cool about this one felt kind of weighty when I had it. And I looked and saw that the arm was coming with this, but I always try to I always usually forget what comes with the collector's edition, so it's almost like a surprise to me. And in here is the separate disc. I don't know what it is exactly. It says spoiler warning though, and because I'm not doing any spoilers in this video, it just says do not look at this before finishing the game. So yeah, so there's something else in there that I don't know if it's a documentary or some separate thing. I didn't know about this, so that's pretty cool. And so there's the main, there's also this, the main standard box, and it comes with the game itself. It also comes with a map, which I'm not going to show you guys because when I opened it, it didn't spoil anything for me, but I did see one of the areas that is in the game, and I'm like hyper trying to go into this, like hyper like not knowing anything about it. So I'm just going to decide not to show you, but it's a pretty large map. But you can kind of, it doesn't show the size, but you can kind of get an idea from this kind of. I'm trying not to show anything on camera. It can get pretty big, and just thought that was cool that was kind of thrown in there as like a just an extra neat thing. So get a map. And lastly, I know this is the big thing that everybody kind of saw going into this, what they wanted, what I wanted, which is the bionic arm. And it is, I think a 12th scale ratio, or a half, I think it's half actual scale ratio of, I don't know where 12 came from. Maybe it's 12 foot. I think it's a foot tall, I believe. And this is Venom Snake, Big Boss, whatever you want to call him. He goes by many names. The legendary hero, his arm. We know something in Ground Zeroes, if you've played that at least, something happens, he loses an arm. We just know that he ends up with an, you know, this bionic arm. What we've seen of Phantom Pain, just the screenshots and very basic stuff I've seen. He has this arm. I know that much at least. So you can kind of just, what's really awesome about this, and when they started like showing videos, you know, regarding this arm, you can actually move the fingers all about in different ways. So you can make it flip off people if you want. You can show them the peace sign. You can tell them to rock on here. Anything, like there's all these joints in it to make it like so you can do all this stuff, and I thought that was so awesome. I'm a little bit bummed out, but it's not a big deal when you start to think about the logistics of it. The Japanese version went for like, it was selling out right when like it was coming out online. It was like $500 on like PlayAsia and some other sites. what in the world? But it was getting a full-scale giant arm. So it was a full man's arm just sitting there on the table. Which is two things. Really cool because they were showing this hand. I'm sure this can hold some things. I actually put my phone in it and it worked to hold it, my iPhone. But it also, it can hold stuff. So it was holding on that Japanese version, the full scale one, a PlayStation 4 controller, and I was like, oh, that is freaking cool. But you know, for $500, and I was thinking about it like, am I gonna have a giant actual full-scale arm? I mean, that's kind of neat, but for $500 and stuff, I was not. And I'm big on collecting the U.S. limited editions. If that would have came here to U.S., I would have done it, but I'm not too keen on collecting, you know, Japanese or European versions of some of these games. I just like the U.S. Mostly. I try to keep it in the family here in the U.S. But yeah, this is really cool. Like, you can just do all these joint movements. Awesome. I think that's just really cool. You can hold some small phones. Like, you're not going to get a freaking Galaxy Note on there. Sorry. Or an iPhone 6 Plus. Get your big phones out of here. Or go buy the $500 or what it is up to now. I don't know. Japanese version. If you're first watching this when I first released this video, I'm just turning off comments for the time being because I just don't want people talking about the games in the comments. Or I don't want to be spoiled. I don't want you guys to stumble upon something. If I'm trying to promise a spoiler-free video, I don't want you to be spoiled in the comments because I've had to dodge a lot the past couple days leading up to this event as Metal Gear 5 releases to the public. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and go play this game. I'm going to have a full review. I'm going to record on my PS4, like cool parts and stuff. And I'll try to keep it as spoiler free as possible also for that as well, because it's too soon to be showing too much crap. People just want to know about the game basics or whatever. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to lose myself in this freaking game. The last Metal Gear Solid that Kojima's probably going to be working on. We don't know what the series is going to hold for Konami, but thank you guys again for watching. I've probably said that 800 times, so finally I'm going to say farewell.